And also, the focus now is about the ensemble. So what is the focus for the group?
Having them respond to what I want.
Response. Great. Thank you. How's it go?
And instrumentation, but Andres, I would like you on the alto, and since we don't have a couple people, I'm going to put you on the tenor. And then if you guys could just play in octaves, that would be great. That's why I have it written twice, when it splits. And whoever's on bass one plays the top, then you guys can do the rest of it. Cool. Can you scoot that way? You're fine, Miranda, but can you scoot that way?
Okay, your 7 minutes starts now.
Let's try that one more time.
You're singing with your mouth a little bit.
Come on.
Pum, pum. So let's make that how you want it to be.
So,
Show more of an impulse and will beforehand. Foreshadow what you're going to do with your face.
okay.
And then if you're going to subdivide, which I'm not sure that you need to, but if you're going to subdivide, make sure you do so in a more linear fashion.
Okay.
And that'll help to retard the more meaning. And again?
Alright. From the beginning?
And there's no need to start at the beginning. You can start just a couple measures before the measure of issue, right? Or just waste time.
The second phrase starts at, count with me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 after they can't, how do we pronounce that?
Comfortably.
Yeah, that.
Okay, you're with me.
Alright.
So, do you want to retard or do you not
I
want
want to very slightly, but I'm not entirely sure if I should go in 3 or keep it in 1.
I would keep it in 1.
Okay.
And just, again, travel in a more linear fashion and foreshadow the change on your face. Does that make sense?
How would I go about
Okay.
that?
And again? Same place? So we got all of them except them.
Yeah.
And again?
Yeah.
Try to do that. Okay, give it a try.
9 measures after the cantabile.
Good, again. That's great. Did it feel more comfortable than going into 3?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, trust is a good thing. And again.
Same spot one more time. I like the creativeness of it.
Yes, they tend to be very creative. You notice it came apart a little bit.
Yeah.
And you're bumping again with your lips. Bump
Yeah,
up and bump up.
yeah.
Don't do that. But here's a technique. I don't know how you're going to write this down, but notebook. I don't even know how to articulate this. Gary Lewis at Boulder, Colorado, was one of my conducting teachers at Michigan. And so when I was a conducting student at Michigan, I took lessons with all the conductors. And they really didn't agree on much of anything, which was great for me because I was able to learn all kinds of different techniques. Well, one technique that he uses is when he needs to feel an internal pulse, which is why you were bumping.
Yeah.
What he does is he clicks his teeth. So everybody try that. Just do that on your own. You can do that really in a subtle way and still hear it and feel it really loudly. It's a great technique because nobody around you, nobody should be able to hear you do it. If you're doing it that loud, it's too loud. But it's a really great technique because it's like an internal metronome right in your mind that you can hear. And I still use that technique today. Because if you have a long line that has a hemiola, which we have over here in the strings, they tend to drag. And then we have the bump bump, which tends to rush. And then this starts to tear. When you start feeling it tearing, that's where you have to be more clear with the downbeats. Be more clear with the downbeats, so the bump bumps know where they're at, and then the melody won't drag. And Erin had something to add to that. Please.
I have a spin-off of that technique, actually. You can also use the tip of your tongue at the back of the top of your teeth, where your gums meet the top row of your teeth. And that way you can still have your mouth open slightly to communicate well with the ensemble, and they won't notice that you're doing it. Now, if you're opening your mouth a lot, obviously they're going to see it, but that's another way to do it.
Yeah, and they won't notice that you're clicking the teeth. If they do, you're doing it way too loud. Okay? And we're actually at time, but I'm gonna let you go through it one more time. Okay?
From the beginning?
Well, wherever you want to go.
From the beginning.
Responding, you're living in the 3 time zones, much better than we've seen before. You seem comfortable. You're in a comfort zone that we haven't seen before, which we like.
As the class continues to progress, it feels a lot easier to be up here.
That's why we have the class. That's why we have the class.
Not as nerve-wracking.
Correct. Comments, please.
Did you notice how that last
Run through.
yes, but we as an ensemble kind of did the crescendo that you wanted, but not really.
Yeah.
Part of that, I think, is because they were looking at their music, and part of it is because it was just suddenly there, and there wasn't a foreshadowed, there's something coming, watch for it. So maybe work that in some more, and really believe in it. You're doing it, and then they're not responding, and then you're like, yes, please, but you have to do that on the front end of it, too.
Yeah.
I don't know which one of those it was, but yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate general direction.
I like how malleable you were.
Very nice. Thank you so much.